Evening, everybody. I hope you are well and I hope you can all hear me okay. Let me know who's on, where you're from, what's your name, where do you come from, and all the good stuff. Hope you're all keeping warm and dry in this horrible weather. So nothing but rain here all day. And I've forgotten. It's been one of them days today with the weather. Sorry I'm a bit late this evening, but we've had a bit of a scare in the family and I had to check on people and make sure that was okay before I came live. But thankfully all's well that ends well. So yeah, all good. All good. I'm doing okay, darling. How are you doing? I'm not doing too shabby. Keeping nice and dry in this wet, cold weather. Definitely not dog walking weather, that is for sure. Um, yeah, I'm just trying to share the stream before I get started while I wait for a few to come on. Hi, Claire. Hi, Angel. Hope you're well. Has everybody managed to get their Christmas shopping done yet? I know I haven't. Very disorganised this year. Very disorganised. Oh, from Balach. Is that how you pronounce it? Balach? Or Bolach? Yeah, I'm not even going to try and attempt that again. Scotland. What's the weather like in Scotland, Georgina? Is it as wet and windy up there? Mind you, you've had snow up there, haven't you? More snow than we've had. I prefer snow. Nearly. Well, nearly isn't good enough, I suppose. Hi, Melanie. Hope you're well. Oh, Facebook user from Nottingham. If you come up as Facebook user, like Miss Nottingham, like that, can you go to StreamYard and allow permission so I can see your name? Because it helps if I have a name to connect with if you want a reading. But you're not far from me. I'm near Worksop. So you're not far from me, lovely. You would love a reading, Georgina. Well, today I'm using my encaustic cards that I've got. I'll be using them to give spiritual and psychic readings today. I can't always guarantee spirit will come in, but if they do, I will let you know. Oh dear, why do I always get the tired ones, Georgina? You need to sleep, my lovely. You need to rest. I feel absolutely drained with your energies. I connect in. Hello, Darren. Now I can see your name on Facebook, but on StreamYard you come up as Facebook user. So if you can go to streamyard.com/Facebook, as I throw my cards all over the floor. Helpful to allow permission so I can see your name on StreamYard. Because I can't always do readings, watch StreamYard and watch Facebook all at the same time. I'm good, but I ain't that good. And I know women are supposed to be able to multitask, but you know, there's always one exception to that rule. And that would be me. So yes, Georgina, you understand the tiredness, yeah? Okay, take it off now, thank you. Now I do know you've had a lot going on. I'm not going to pretend I don't know a little bit about you because obviously I've got you on my Facebook. But I do know you've been under a lot of stress and this is probably what's making you tired. So, you know, whether that's psychic or not, make your own mind up with that. Let's pull a card for you and see what the cards come out. What's that you're giving me? Oh, okay, you can definitely take that off. Okay, Georgina. I'm not sure who I've got with me at the moment, but somebody from Spirit has just come in and they've put on me dizzy spell. So you would understand somebody in Spirit that suffered with some sort of vertigo or had problems with dizziness. Would you understand that, please? And I do feel this is a male energy, but I don't feel it's a close male energy. I'm feeling like it's a father figure, but he's standing some distance back. So there was either a distance between you and if you can take father in spirit, there was either a distance between you and this gentleman, or you didn't know him for very long. But I do feel there's a bit of a distance. I don't feel there's a really close bond there. Would you understand that? Yes, thank you for that confirmation. Okay, my darling. Now you would understand this gentleman being quite reserved, in the sense that he I wouldn't say he was quietly spoken, but he was very wary about speaking in front of other people, if that makes sense. It was like he was very hesitant to make conversation with people. Not that he wasn't unfriendly, he was friendly once you got to know him, but he could come across as very standoffish, to people that didn't know him and didn't understand him properly. Would you understand that, my darling? Father-in-law. Okay, that'll explain the distance then. I'll have to put that in my symbology. Thank you for confirming that. Yeah, I just sent it was a father figure, but not close, so that would make sense. Hi, Kaz. How you doing? I'm also getting headaches, but these headaches are with yourself, Georgina. So you would understand yourself getting headaches, and my eyes are very dry as well. So I don't know if you've had eye problems or vision problems, but there's something to do with dry, itchy eyes and a headache. But it's not like a migraine headache or a stress headache or anything like that. It's more like a dull, tired eye headache, if that makes sense. That made you yawn too, Claire. I know it's catching once it starts, isn't it? Let me know if that makes sense, please, Georgina. Okay, let's have a card for Georgina, please. What else have we got to say? As father-in-law comes in, my darling, he's mentioning a locket. He's not showing me, he's just giving me the word locket. And my nose is itching. And when spirit make my nose itch, it's normally because somebody is interfering in somebody else's business. So I do feel there's somebody around you at the minute that's putting their nose into your business where it's not wanted. They're trying to they see it as being helpful, but in fact they're being more of a hindrance than a help. Would you understand this, please, around you at the moment? And I do feel this, he's telling me this is surrounding um mum's care. Now I do know your mum's been poorly and I do know you look after her a lot, but I do feel this is surrounding mum's care. It's like people aren't criticizing you as such, but they're trying to tell you to do things differently. Not that you're doing anything wrong, not that they're saying you're doing anything wrong, but they're saying that you should maybe try and do things differently without having a full understanding of the options that you've got laid out in front of you. Would that make sense? And he's just saying, do your thing, do your thing. They don't know the situation as well as you do. Do your thing. Do what you feel is right, is the message that's coming across. Okay, my darling? Let me know if this makes sense to you, please. I know there's a bit of a delay on Facebook. Hi, Christine. Hi, Anne. Hi, Fiona. Hi, Mel. Hi, Alison. Hi, Trish. Okay, this is the card that I've pulled for you, my sweet. And it's, I don't know if you can see the colours on there, but it's all purples and whites and reds and pinks. Now, red is for strength. I feel, again, going back to the fact that you feel drained of energy at the moment, red is for strength, and it tells me that you've got that energy to do what it is that you need to do, even though you don't feel like it at the moment, and you do have the energy to stand up for people and to tell people to kind of put their noses out where it's not wanted, kind of thing. um they're either gonna they either want to help, or they're just they just need to let you do what it is that you need to do. Okay, my darling, you've got the love and support from spirit, because the white, um it almost looks like an angel with its wings folded there. I don't know if you can see that, but there's also a snow leopard there as well. Look at that, she's beautiful. Now, when I bring cats in, it's all about loyalty, it's all about faithfulness, and it's all about standing up and being proud and making your voice heard, but without shouting about it, if that makes sense. Um, a lion makes their presence felt just by its presence, not by the sound of its roar. Does that make sense, my darling? We'll catch up with the comments. Um, so yeah, and the purples come through for healing, because I do feel you need some healing. Again, this is all to do with your energy and tiredness and feeling drained. But you have got the love and support from spirit. I do know you work with spirit, so I do know you'd have been asking the angels and spirit for help. But I also want to say, watch your emotions. Be very aware of your emotions, because as I'm looking at this card, I'm seeing the bottom of the ocean and I'm seeing the coral reefs being swept by a strong tide. So I do know that your emotions are very heightened at the moment. So um, please be aware of your emotions and be careful not to let them get out of control, so to speak. Um, Snappy. I want a sense of love and I want a sense of fun being brought in for you. That's the pinks in the card. The pinks for me takes me back to candy floss. It takes me back to fairgrounds. It takes me back to that childhood sense of humour and fun. And I want to say you're very much needing this at the moment. So try and get out as much as you can, meet up with a girlfriend or two for a cup of coffee or something. Just take yourself off, even if it's for an hour, for an afternoon, for a day, whatever it is. Just take yourself off and forget about the daily grind, I want to say, okay, because you need that break. You need to be able to switch off and have a normal conversation with normal people without worrying about what's going on with your mum, without worrying about the legalities of what's going on with solicitors, without worrying about whatever else is going on. And I feel like I need to say that because I also feel that you've been wrapped up with some legal stuff as well. Now, I'm not a solicitor. I don't do legal stuff. I don't do financial advice. I don't do medical diagnosis. But they've made me say that for a reason. I do feel there's some legalities that you're either worrying about or that need looking at, that you've also been concentrating on, as well as mum's care. So again, everything in moderation, my darling, okay? Even if it's one or 2 days a week, 1 or 2 afternoons a week, respite, take that break and have some fun. All right, my darling, I hope that helps, and thank you for working with me. All right, let's see who's next. Where am I going? Darren. It's not often we get a gentleman joining us. Welcome, Darren. How are you? Hope you're well. Let's see what the cards say for you, my lovely. And if you can hear that meow in the background, that is my pussycat. She's meowing to go out and I won't let her because it's too wet and cold and rainy. And I don't want her being poorly. Hope you're good. Oh, you're good too. Good to hear it, my lovely. Okay, let's see what the cards. I'm rubbish at shuffling, so bear with me. These are quite big cards, these. My encaustic wax card. Oops, we got a cheeky flyer. Where did it go? Oh, and they say real men wear pink. I don't know if pink suits you down or if you wear pink, but you have pink. There you go, my lovely. Hope you can see that okay. Hope you can all hear me okay, because I haven't got my headphones in. But yeah, that's your card, my darling. Okay, let's see what we've got for you. Okay, again, the first thing I want to say down is you've got a I feel this energy with this card, and as I'm looking at your name, I feel a sense of a cheeky chappy with yourself. And I feel the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, far from the tree, far from the tree. And three have come in for a reason. So there's either three children or you're one of three. But there's three children that I need to acknowledge around you if you're not the one of three. Let me know if that makes sense, please. And as I'm feeling this, I'm getting hot hands. So I don't know if you understand that you're a healer, if you're aware that you're a healer, or if you work with healing, but my hands are red hot, so I do get a sense of healing around you as well. That you send out a lot of healing as well. Again, let me know if that makes sense, my darling, please, so I know I'm on the right. As I'm looking at the card right at the top, I don't know if you can see that, but there's an armadillo. Soft on the outside, crunchy on the inside, armadillo. Yeah, not do that again. Sorry. I'm a bit nutty. You have to bear with me. I try and put a bit of fun into my readings because life's too serious, isn't it? So, armadillo, soft in the center, hard on the outside. That tells me that to a lot of people, your two nieces and nephew. Yep, that's the three that I had to acknowledge. Thank you for that confirmation, my darling. Oh, thank you, Cindy. Thank you, Teresa. I tried to be. But yeah, this tells me that on the inside, darling, you are quite sensitive, you're quite empathic, and you do wear your heart on your sleeve. And you don't like to see anyone in pain, you don't like to see anybody suffering, and you don't like to see people going without. You are the kind of person that would give somebody their last fiver if it meant they could have, and you know, even if it meant you going without, which is a great attribute to have. But to people that don't know you, you have quite a hard exterior. It takes a long time for you to trust enough to let people see your vulnerabilities, because you do not like people seeing your vulnerabilities. Now, I know that sounds pretty generic because most men are like that, aren't they? But I feel with you, it really is an issue of trust. And I feel this has been caused by lots of letdowns in the past by people that you thought wouldn't have let you down. Again, let me know if that makes sense, my darling. But what I do want to say is that, again, the pink for me is all about love. It's all about that childlike sense of wonder. Even though you've got this hard exterior, you haven't let it close off your heart, which I want to say is, you know, kudos to you, because after everything you've been through, it would be so easy just to shut off and be bitter at the world. You'd agree with that. Okay, thank you, my darling. But the fact is, you're not. You use humor as a defense mechanism, I want to say. Now I'm giving you secrets away here, so you know, let me know if you don't want any secrets out. Don't want to give all your secrets away. But yeah, I just feel that you use your humor to hide a lot. I want to say you're like a bit of a Robin Williams character. Now, I'm not saying you've got depression or anything like that, and even if you had, I wouldn't air it out on a public forum like this out of respect. But you've just got that fun sense of humor. When anything sad comes along, you try and see the funny side of things, or you try and lighten up a situation with humor. And I'm getting the song Tears of a Clown. So I do feel, even though you've been happy and laughing and acting jovial and like everything's okay, deep down inside you've been struggling a little bit, I want to say. But you're not one to ask anyone for help. But you have a good support system. You've got a branch there, a green branch. So this is somebody close to your heart that you can really trust, that keeps you grounded, that's never let you down, that's always had your back. And I want to say, stick to these people. And I want to say, it's let's have a look. One, two. There's two branches there. There's two roots. There's two roots. So there's two people that you can really, really rely on and trust to have your back. But across the two, there's also a pink one going across that's holding you up. So can you take me a child in spirit, please? Because I do feel that this is something to do with the younger generation, but it's coming from spirit. So would you understand a child in spirit, please? Let me know. But yeah, they've just come through to say that you're doing really well. Again, you've got the deep reds in the background there, and that little archway where it leads down into the cave. It almost looks like the back of the throat. So you're definitely not afraid of speaking, and you've definitely got the energy to push forward. And I feel like all the hard work and all the self-healing that you've been doing and all the reflection has been totally worth it, because you're in a much better place now than you were 6 months ago. Let me know if that makes sense, please. Possibly your sister's when she miscarried. Okay, thank you for that confirmation, my darling. I just needed to acknowledge that there was a child in spirit. They don't tell me how they got there, they just tell me that they're there. So acknowledge that and let your sister know that, that they're there, and all's well. All right, my love. And there's definitely the family connection there, because like I say, this child is around you in spirit. So I don't know if you've heard or if you felt like temperature drops I'm getting, and I'm getting goosebumps on my skin as well. So this little one's been around you. And yes, you're a lot better now. Thank you. Again, thank you for that confirmation, my darling. I love the feedback. It really, really helps. But yeah, they're just coming through to say, keep doing what you're doing, because you're in a much better place now. You're moving forward. Even though you still got the hard exterior, it's okay to be cautious, but maybe be more like a tortoise than an armadillo, I want to say. I know that sounds weird, because the tortoise has a hard shell as well, but the tortoise can kind of pop his head out now and again. But yeah, just keep to the people that you've got, and keep doing what you're doing, and all's looking well for you, my darling. Okay. I'm seeing a forest in the bottom of the pink where the fields and mountains are. And that for me is growth. It's being rooted and it's planting seeds. And I want to say you've got some ideas going on about with respect to extra finances. So I don't know if you're thinking about going self-employed, or if you're thinking of turning a hobby or an idea into a business plan. But I want to say, if that's the case, start planting the seeds now, and then come next autumn, you'll start reaping the benefits. I want to say, because I'm seeing the autumn forests, I'm seeing pine trees, evergreens, and evergreens is about longevity. So even though it's going to take a while for these plans to be put in place and to get action on them, they will benefit you. It might not be a whole big bunch of extra finances. Like, I'm not saying you're going to win the lottery or anything, or you're going to come into thousands and thousands of pounds, but it will help bring some extra finances in, and bring an extra income in, whether it be a little bit or a lot. All right, my darling, I hope that helps, and thank you for working with me. Let's see who I'm going to next. Oh, it's thirsty work, this. Okay, let's see. You're very welcome, Dan. I'm glad you could take it. And like I say, just keep doing what you're doing, my darling. Keep being happy, keep smiling. Just don't do anything I wouldn't do, and if you do, don't get caught. And that doesn't leave a lot. Wink, wink. Wink, wink. Okay, let's see who I'm going to next. Who have we got? Is that playing The Price is Right? Drum roll, please. That's not a drum roll, is it? But you get my point. Okay, let's have a look. A name just popped out at me then, and now I can't find it. Oh, let's scroll down. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Where the mice goes, nobody knows. They are lovely cards. Thank you, Amanda. They are. I love working with these cards. My eyes aren't too good today. That's why I'm using the colour cards, because there's no writing on them. I can just see the pictures. That being said, when I work with spirit, my vision improves massively. It's amazing how they work and make me see things. There we are. Teresa Andre Paul. Let's see what we have for you, my lovely. Lovely. You know I go to who I'm drawn to, so if you're meant to have a card today, they will highlight you for me. Let's have a look. Thank you, everybody, for joining me this evening. For those that don't know me, that haven't been on this page before, this is FindMeAMedium, run by Veronica Jenkins, who gives us all this platform to help all you lovely people. My name is Stace Shaw, and I am a intuitive reader and spiritualist medium. So I can read everything from colours to colouring books to reading books to oracle cards, you name it, I read it. My mediumship, I see photo images as a rule. I don't see them fully formed like some people do. I feel things. Sometimes I hear things. Sometimes I just know things. So I've got quite a lot of the clairs going on when I'm reading psychically. I normally use my colour cards because I do see things. Normally spirit will work with me in the sense that if I look into a pattern or I look into a picture, I can see things in the picture and the patterns that other people can't. And that's where they give me the images. If I don't see them in my mind's eye, I'll see them in the pattern or on the paper or in the card. Oh, and we've got a cheeky flyer for you, Teresa. Let's have a look. Oh dear. What have you been up to, my darling? Things are very murky for you at the moment, aren't they? Let's have a look. There we go. I shouldn't really say, oh dear, should I? It gives people the bad jujus. No, it's nothing to be concerned about. I just said that because I don't like it when I get murky things. But I do feel things have got very murky for you, my darling. I feel things are a little bit foggy, a little bit cloudy, and I'm seeing the tower. Now, the tower for me in the tarot card represents, normally it's a burning tower in the tarot cards, but this one isn't burning. This one has got a firm foundation. It's a little bit like the Leaning Tower of Pizza. The bottom, I don't know if you can see that, but the bottom is curved and then it goes up and it stands tall. So what I want to say is, even though you've had some curves to bend and you've had to maneuver around corners a little bit, even though things don't quite seem as straightforward as they seem, the firm foundations are there and your position is very, very strong. So what I want to say to you is hold your position, stand tall, stand strong. yes, things are a bit murky and things are a bit muddy, but towards the top of the tower, it's quite clear and quite clean. So I do feel that once you've got over this, once you've gone around, slow down. Right, I have somebody in spirit that's quite a quick talker that would talk quicker than she thought. It's a female, and I'm feeling this would be grandmother, and she'd be quite quick to try and get her words out and not always say things in the right way, in the right manner, or she'd be misunderstood because of the way she said things. Let me know if you understand that, my darling. And let me just catch up with the comments because for some reason. Hey up, Christine, my lovely. How are you? Hi, Cindy. Hi, Kerry. Hi, Claire Murphy. Free reading top off. Top off? What does that mean? Feet. Clara, I have no idea what that means, my darling. Hi, Anne. Yes, Teresa. Let me know if this makes sense, please. So yeah, you've got the strong tie, you've got the firm foundations, you're in a good position now. As I looked at, I'm also seeing a candle, so I don't know if you meditate or if you candle scry, as in that you use candles to connect with spirit, in some sort of way by watching the candle flame. But there's something to do with candles. And I've just heard the word Catholic. Okay, so I do know candles are used in the Catholic faith for all sorts of things. So let me know if you understand. I don't know if you're Catholic or if there's Catholic in the family, but there's something to do with a Catholic in the family. Again, let me know if you understand that. I'm also seeing. Oh, now there's new life around you somewhere, my darling. So again, I don't know if you know of anyone that's expecting a baby or if you're pregnant yourself, but I'm seeing a butterfly, but the butterfly's actually got a pregnant stomach. So I do know that there is new life. Now it doesn't necessarily have to be a baby, it can be puppies, it can be kittens, any animal that you've got. But obviously it could also mean human babies. But if you've not already heard about new life around you, that coming in. Um, yeah. To understand twins in spirit, because I'm looking in the card and I'm seeing twin boys. There's twin boys laid under a blanket. So let me know if you understand twins that are in spirit, please, as well. There is a gentleman in spirit coming through, and he would have had a very long nose and a very square mouth. He would have had a little bit of a goatee in older years, not necessarily in his younger years, but in his older years, the image I'm seeing is that he had a little bit of a goatee just around the chin and a little bit of a tash around his just around there, just to cover that bit there. Not a full tash, just a little bit of a tash there and a long goatee. He would have also had thick hair on top, maybe almost looking like a biker, I want to say, but I don't feel he was a biker. He just had that biker look about him. And he had very thick hair on top and at the sides as well. In his younger years, it would have been long, it would have been down to his shoulders, but it wouldn't have been a mullet, it would have been very straight. But not feminine. It would have been a manly hair, manly look, makes sense. He's just come through as well. He came through with the boys. My name's not Veronica, Facebook user, it's Stace Shaw. But yes, you can ask a question. Whether or not I'll be able to answer it is a different matter. Again, Teresa, let me know if this makes sense, please, because I'm not getting any feedback from you, my darling. I'm going to have to move on if I don't get any feedback. But he's come through with the boys. And they're coming through again. It seems to be the theme of the night. You need some love, you need some laughter in your life. You need to go out, have fun, and get rid of the daily grind. And I also want to say there's a lot of green in this card. So I want to say that in terms of relationships to do with the heart, again, you need to bring some fun into relationship. I don't know if you're in a relationship or not, but if you are, you need to bring that element of sense fun, because I feel that's a little bit of a foggy area as well. Things are getting a little bit stagnant and feel a little bit stuck in a rut. So bring in that sense of fun, go out on date nights, have a laugh, and remember why you got together. Maybe, you know, maybe repeat the first date that you had, or go out on, you know, just remind yourselves of how you got together and why you were together. All right, my darling. I'll leave that with you. I'll leave that with you. Okay, let's see who we're going to next. Just three Facebook users. If you come up as Facebook user, like this person here, don't say sorry, it's fine. Go to streamyard.com/Facebook to allow StreamYard permission to display your name. Otherwise, I won't be able to connect with your name. Plus, I get lots of Facebook users on here, so I could get mixed up between you all. Clara, I've got no idea what you are saying with this fee reading top off comment. Do you want to be more specific, please? Clara, was it Clara? Yeah. Clara Murphy on YouTube. I've got no idea what you're asking. Can just, yeah, put that in simpler terms or clearer terms, or okay. Next. Nicole Stewart, you need to go to StreamYard to allow StreamYard permissions to display your name. I can only see you because I have Facebook on my phone, but I can't always keep an eye on my phone when I'm keeping an eye on StreamYard and trying to do readings. You need to go to StreamYard and allow permissions. StreamYard.com/Facebook. The link's there. If you can't click on the link, then type it into your browser and that should work. Will my date with Charlie tomorrow go well? Who is that? A Facebook user. No idea. You're going to have to put your name in that comment. Malik. Malik, is that you asking that question? Where are we going next? Ready for Christmas. Hope they feel better soon. Oh, you can watch it back, Teresa. I've just done your reading, my darling. I wondered what happened to you. You lost the stream. Oh, bless your heart. You can watch it back, my darling. As soon as it's finished, you should be able to watch it back. And if you go on YouTube, you should be able to rewind it back as well. Abla, you're fine. I can see your name, my darling. So whatever you did with StreamYard worked. Hi, Anne. Trish. Oh dear. Let's see. I've gone blank. Who am I going to? Come on, Spirit, help me out. Fee reading, top off. Can you do this? Again, no idea, Clara. All readings here are for free. We do this out of the goodness of our hearts to help people out. If that's what you're asking, yes, they are for free, but they're only short mini readings. Yep, I can see you now, Nicole. Thank you. Donna, are you still here? Donna Roy. There's my little kitten meowing again. I don't know if you can hear her. I don't know if that's a kitten or if that's Mama Cat. Donna Roy, let me know if you're still here. In the meantime, we will go to, let's go to Cindy. Let's go to Cindy. Hi, Mandy. Hope you're well, my darling. All right, Cindy, let's see what the cards have to say for you today. Blimey, an hour's gone already. That hour went quick, didn't it? Oh. Okay, Cindy, you can take me somebody in spirit that used to suffer with reflux, because I'm getting a really bad acid burning sensation in my chest, and they're making me want to, what's a polite way of putting it? You know what I'm trying to say. They're trying to make me do a bit of releasing from my chest. Let me know if that makes sense, please. I do feel this is a lady because she's coming in on my right side, and that's the side for the females. And she's coming in quite close, so this would either be mum or it would be mum on mum's side, gran on mum's side. Oh, grandpa had issues and nan had stomach issues. Okay. I do feel this is either, like I said, either mum or nan on mum's side. It's not the lung, it's definitely something to do with acid reflux and yeah. And what? Do you know what? I think no. Sorry, guys, about that. Oh, I didn't realise it was on YouTube, Christine. So I've banned her because I think she was just being whatever's. Okay. Getting back to Cindy. Sorry, my darling. You would also understand Nan being easily distracted. It's like she'd start one job, and this isn't just in her late years, this is how she was all through her life. She'd like start one thing, and then she'd get distracted, start something else without finishing the first thing. And then she'd start something else without finishing the second thing, and then get distracted by finishing she'd have like 2 or 3 things on the go at once, but she never seemed to finish anything. Would that make sense with Nan, please? Christine, I've asked her 3 or 4 times what she meant. It was just getting annoying, and I think, to be honest, it was she was trying to pull a fast one. I wasn't too close with Mum's mum, but I do know she was always doing a lot. Yeah, I do feel that this lady was easily distracted. She couldn't focus on just one. She had multiple things. Say that again, you're very much like this. It's almost like you start one thing, you get distracted by something else, you start that, and you forget about the first thing you started, and it's like you never finish anything. Would that make sense with yourself, please, Cindy? Good evening, Leona. How are you, my darling? Yep, I certainly get that sense. It's almost like you're making me feel dizzy, always doing projects, but you never finish them, Cindy. And this is what Nan's coming through to say. She says you need to learn to start one thing, finish one thing before you start another. It's almost like you've got all these big ideas going around in your head, and you've got an idea of how you want it to be, um, and you start. Oh, you're tired. You're exhausting me, girl. You're exhausting me. Um, it is exhausting watching you. You're like with all due respect, you're like a hopping flea. It's like boom, 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 boom. Yeah, you need to just stop. Just stop. Like, just stop. Take a breath. Finish it. Then start something else. All right, my sweet. Because I feel like you're getting yourself into a bit of a tizwaz, so to speak, with it all. Okay, let's see what the cards. Oh, they're all flying out tonight. Yeah, just as I thought. Mental fog. Look at that. You've upside down. Not that it matters. There you go. Look, there's your card. It's all blues and purples. So this kind of blue, because I know you can't see the colours very well on there, and my camera went all funny then. That's odd. Did you see that? It just turned my camera orange. So you would understand the need for energy and vitamin C, because when I get orange, look at that. And then I take it away. Oh, how weird is that? Can anybody else see what's happening there? Or is it just me? It's like, there you go, look, it's turning it orange. And I've got no lights on the back wall, look, none at all. That is odd. But yes, citrine. Get some citrine, Cindy, for energy, because you definitely need that. And I want to say vitamin C as well. Get some proper big Spanish oranges and get some vitamin C inside you, okay, my darling? That'll help with your energy. I don't feel you have a problem with sleeping, because I feel by the end of the day you're absolutely exhausted with all the running around you're doing. But this kind of blue on the card, it's a very light blue, and light blue for me is all about mental clarity. Oh my God, and you've got waves and mist and fog, and oh, I'm glad I'm not in your head, love. That's all I'm saying. I'm glad I don't have to pay your school rent. But yeah, you definitely need to stop, and you definitely need to evaluate and make a list of priorities and finish things. You can take me, young child in spirit, my darling, because I'm seeing a young. Oh no, sorry, there's 2 children. One's a baby, one's a young one. Because I'm showing the baby's being held by the young one in spirit, and they're sat in like it almost looks like a butterfly's cocoon that's been hollowed out for them. It's a bit, I don't know if you can see that. There you go. Oops, wrong way. Can you see that? Little child there holding the baby in the little cocoon. You might not be able to see it, but I certainly can. Let me know if you can understand that, my darling. Maybe ones who haven't touched the earth plane. Yes, one definitely didn't touch the earth plane. That's the baby, but The other one is, I'd say around 2 years old, maybe a little bit younger, so I do believe that one did touch the earth plane. Let me know if you can take them. They might not necessarily be yours, they might be somebody you know, somebody in the family, but there's definitely 2 children in spirit there for you, my darling. Okay. Well, just remember I've given it. I don't like doing carrier bag mediumship, but just remember I've given it to you because they've come through for a reason, my love. I'm also seeing a lady with curly hair, blonde hair as well. They've just changed the picture on me now. Very chubby cheeks, beautiful smile, um, very mischievous. I feel this is Nan actually. Let me know if you understand that description of Nan. I've got the permed hair, blonde, very thick on the side and on top. Beautiful cheeky smile, red rosy cheeks, especially from sort of around the what I call the blusher region of the cheeks. Yep, Nan on Dad's side. Okay, my darling. As long as you can understand that, thank you for that confirmation. Okay, I'm also seeing a rabbit. Now, well, I say a rabbit, it looks more like a hare because it's got longer ears than a rabbit. But hare or a rabbit, for me, that is a sign of abundance and a sign of good luck. So I do feel there's been worries around finances and worries about whether or not there's enough to see you through, and stressing about all the bills and everything else going on. Again, I'm not a financial expert or an advisor, but when I see a rabbit in a card, that brings forth normally it's a sign of abundance, it's a sign of wealth, it's a sign of good luck and good fortune and opportunity. So look out for new opportunities coming in, especially around the new year, because I do feel that this is coming in for you, my darling. Okay, so even though you've had a bit of a turbulent time and you've got all these projects going on and you're running around like a headless goose, I'm actually seeing a goose in the card now. And I want to say what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So you'd understand where there's a situation where you're feeling like it's one rule for one and another rule for another. But what I want to say to you is what's good for the goose is good for the gander. All right, my darling. But yeah, you've definitely got a lot of abundance coming in, a lot of good fortune coming in. And things are going to start looking bright for you. The rabbit is stood on the edge of a cliff. So I do feel that this is now, the turbulent time is now coming to an end for you. All right. The rabbit's not jumping off. There's a beautiful waterfall coming down. So I do feel that there's been tears as well as worry. But I don't feel the tears are associated with worrying about the situation or the fact that there isn't enough. I feel the tears are to do with grief and a passing. Let me know if you understand that, okay, my darling? Oh, bless your heart. Thank you. And the rabbit's almost looking at the goose like he wants to pounce on it. So I don't know what that's about. But I do feel the two are connected. So whatever this situation is around the rules is to do with professional, but you can leap on that and it will all come good. All right. So if you're frightened of speaking your mind or speaking up about it, make sure that you do. Make sure you make your voice heard. All right, my darling. So I'll leave that with you and let me know how you get on. But there's definitely some good fortune coming in. Definitely some good fortune. Oh my God, seriously. Okay, now as I was going to leave that with you, they've just changed the picture on me again. And it's literally, would you understand dressing up and pretending to be an old lady? You know, like when you're kids and we used to dress up as Cabbage Patch Dolls. to pull them funny faces. I've got an image of you wrapped up in a either a bed sheet or a tea towel or something over the head like an old lady's headscarf, and making an old lady's face and almost doing like a oh, what was that program called? Spitting image, like a spitting image comedy sketch. You and your siblings, or you and your friends, used to do this comedy sketch, and you used to put like, it almost looks like a spitting image version of Aladdin, what I'm looking at. It's so hilarious. I don't know. It's look, look at that. It's changed. I don't know if you can see that change, but I'm no longer seeing the two children in the cocoon. I'm seeing the old lady's face wrapped up in a turban. It looks like a spitting image sketch. Oh, that sure do. Well, have fun. I think they brought that through because you need the laughter, my darling. Okay, so have fun with it. That's just their way of bringing the laughter through. And as well with the hair, I want to say May. Springtime is very important and significant, but I want to say May, and I want to say daisies. I've been told to give you some daisies. You spit your coffee out, you know. Yeah, well, there you go. Get doing them spitting image. I want to see them on TikTok, Cindy. I want to see which one of you can look like that old lady there. All right, my darling. I will leave that. I will leave that little giggle with you, and thank you for working with me, my sweet. Oh dear, they're full of comedy tonight, aren't they, my love? I'm glad you enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. The lovely lady. She's not one for taking anything too seriously, but she had her serious moments. She's a lovely lady, and I thank Yanan for coming through with that. She just wanted to bring in the laughter and make you smile. Okay, anything exciting for you, Mandy? I've got no idea. Hi, Anne. Hope you're well. I just made your day. Oh, bless your heart. Let's see where we're going next. She was amazingly awesome. Yeah, I can feel that, bless her. And I know you miss her because I sense that. But she's always in your heart as well. Okay. Nicole. Hey, Nicole, I hope you're well. Let me know if you're still there. Oh, yeah, you are. Good. Okay. So the minute I saw your name pop up, my darling, I started getting chest pains, and I got somebody in spirit who passed with a heart condition. I don't want to say it was a cardiac arrest, but there was definitely a heart attack or a heart default issue, because I'm feeling the pain in my chest, I'm feeling the tightness, and I'm feeling the ache. So I do know that this gentleman passed with a heart condition. Um, Let me know if that makes sense. Your uncle. Okay, my darling. Let's see what else we can get from your uncle then. I do feel this man was also a heavy breather. I don't feel that he had a COPD condition or an asthma condition, but I do know he had problems breathing through his nose. Would you understand that with Uncle, please? Because I feel like I'm having to breathe in and breathe harder through my nose than, and I feel all nasal. Either that or he had that kind of nasal voice where he spoke through his nose. He had lung problems. Okay. But he would also be very nasal as well. He'd be very nasally in the way he spoke and the way he breathed. And I feel like I've got one of them tubes in my nose, that's attached to oxygen. Would you understand that, please? Last few months, yes. Okay, thank you for that confirmation, darling. Yeah, because it's normally when my nose itches, it's because people are interfering in business, but I'm it's around my nostrils. I feel like I've got something stuck up my nose and I want to take it out. He hated it. He absolutely hated it. He was on oxygen. Yeah, I feel that, but this nose tube made the inside of his nose, so it almost made him feel like he had, without being too graphic, like he had a constant blockage of goo up his nose, and he wanted it out because it used to irritate him. There was talk at one point of him having a mask, but he didn't want the mask either because the mask left marks around his face, and it almost looked like because the mask had to be tight, he couldn't sleep with the mask. Okay, thank you for that confirmation. All right. Telling me to mention the bike ride. Now, this would be cycle bike, not motorbike. He's mentioning the bike ride, so he's bringing a memory through of you and him going on a bike ride. And there's something about you falling in a puddle because you didn't brake quick enough, or you couldn't find the brakes, and you tried to stop with your feet, and instead of stopping with your feet, you fell off into a puddle. He used to cycle a lot with his wife. Thank you for that confirmation. But this is bringing a memory. Oh, that was your auntie that fell off. Okay, that's my mistake. I thought that was you. Because, yeah, he showed me an image of his. He's giggling about it. His wife, that was bad. So your auntie fell in a puddle because she couldn't find the brakes quick enough. And she tried to stop with the feet, and instead of stopping with the feet, she fell off and fell flat into a puddle. It wasn't a very shallow puddle either, by what he's showing me. She was dripping wet through. He always mentioned about her falling. Ah, okay, so that's just evidence that it is him that I'm speaking to then, because he didn't want to dwell too much on his death. And as we're talking, he's taking the chest pain off. So I know he wouldn't have wanted to. He wasn't one to dwell on the negative or the sad things in life. He always wanted to be uplifting and positive, and always wanted to see people happy. I want to say, not necessarily like jolly, happy, over eccentric all the time, but he didn't like to see people down in the dumps, is what he's saying. He didn't like people being down in the dumps. Okay. He's telling me there's been a lot of tears around you lately, my sweet. I don't know if he's taking the mickey or if this is his way of being serious, but he started singing "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina. The truth is I never left you." And that's enough for that. So you would understand why he's singing that song. I kept my promise, you kept your distance. Line in the song about promise and keeping distance. So I feel what he's trying to say here is you must have had a conversation at some point, either in jest or just off the cuff, but there was a conversation. Your poor ears, Christine, you're cheeky. You should come on and sing it for me. You've better voice than I've got. But no, Nicole, there was a conversation, he's telling me. He promised that if ever I've got goosebumps now. So I feel I'm on the right track because I'm getting the goosebumps. Um, Something about a promise. He promised that he'd come back and haunt you all after his passing. Not that he knew he was going. I feel that his passing wasn't expected. I mean, he'd had heart problems for a while, but his passing wasn't expected. But there was a conversation at some point where he promised that he'd come back and frighten the bejesus out of you all. And he's kind of, even though he hasn't frightened the bejesus, he has paid visits. Um, and it's kind of freaked you out a little bit because you've noticed things moving or lights flickering. You've heard footsteps on the stairs, he's telling me, and that's all been him. Let me know if you understand that, Nicole, please. It's not that he's trying to frighten you, he's just trying to have a giggle with you. Because he promised that's what he was going to do. Daughter's toys go off all the time and the lights go off. Well, he promised you he was going to come back and do that, so he's kept that promise. Now, the distance part is where you've been wondering, is it or isn't it? And it has kind of freaked you out a little bit, hasn't it? Bless your heart. But he's saying, don't worry, it's just him messing about. So please don't be scared. He's just playing around with you. So please don't stop talking to him. Please don't, just acknowledge him when he's there. Let him know that you've heard that you've heard him. You're used to it now. Bless him. Yeah, we've got a lot of mischief makers in the house tonight, haven't we? God bless his soul. God bless their souls. You would also understand the trick with the nose. Because it's really funny. It's just one minute he drew me to Pinocchio, and then the next minute he drew me to Voldemort's nose. Now we all know Voldemort hasn't got a nose. I call him Mr. No Nose. So it's gone from Pinocchio to No Nose to Pinocchio. So it's almost like his nose is growing. So I do feel that there was a lot of telltelling and a lot of mischief caused by untruths, so to speak. Not horrible untruths. I'm not saying he was a liar or anything like that, but when it came to mischief, he would wind people up with little white lies, or he'd try and catch people out by saying something funny that wasn't actually true, but people would believe maybe it was true. Let me know if that makes sense. Always called you nosy. Oh, that's why he gave me the nose then. You're not nosy, you're just inquisitive. you don't want to hear his reply to that. He's just gone inquisitive, my. I'll let you finish that sentence off, Nicole. Again, I'm just asking him why he's come through, because I think he'd be here all night if I let him. He's a little bit of a joker, isn't he, this person? Your uncle, I should say, sorry. He's a little bit of a joker, and he'd be here all night if I let him. Just handed you a whiskey and said, have a drink for me. Would you understand there's a birthday coming up? Because he's saying, have a drink for me. Now, I'm not saying it's his birthday, but there must be a birthday coming up, because the only time he had whiskey was on a celebration. So it would either be a wedding, an anniversary, a birthday, Christmas, New Year. And I know it's coming up to Christmas, but he's mentioning the birthday. And can you take me Olivia as well? Because he's mentioning the name Olivia. My daughter's second birthday in Feb, then mine 2 weeks later, and he loved the whiskey. Thank you for that confirmation, my darling. But yeah, he's just saying, have a whiskey for me. And he's telling me I needn't bother with a card because I don't need him. So he's telling me what to do now. You don't know an Olivia, but why are you giving me Olivia? Do you know about your daughter? Of course he knows about your daughter. Why wouldn't he know about your daughter? Just because your daughter never met him doesn't mean. Does he know about your daughter? Yeah, he knows. Yeah, he knows about your daughter. He's not telling me in what capacity, but he's saying he does. Let me get some more out of him. He's suddenly gone very quiet. So whatever it is with your daughter, he knows. Because he's suddenly gone very quiet and very serious. Now, I don't know what accent he had or whether he would have said this in life, but he's referring to it as the wee bairn. The wee bairn. Now, that for me could either be Scottish or Irish, because my gran used to call us wee bairns, and I know her family is Scottish and Irish. Bairn meaning baby. Yes, Scottish. She's a wee bairn. Thank you for that confirmation. It's Scottish. I want to go to Ireland as well. I want because I've just been shown the four-leaf clover, so I want to go to Ireland as well. So somewhere down the family there must be Irish roots. And he's showing me Brave, the Disney cartoon, Disney animation film Brave with the ginger-haired princess. So I don't know if your daughter's got ginger hair, but he's showing me the ginger-haired princess from the film Brave. Fiery, he's saying she's going to be a fiery one. She's brown and you're blonde. Well, it must be a reference to her having a fiery temper then, because ginger hair for me, when I see ginger hair, it normally means fiery and passionate, stubborn, strong headed. She's a menace. Oh dear, we've hit the terrible twos, have we? Certainly runs rings round you, he's saying. She certainly runs rings round you. Oh, what's that song? He's giving me a song now. It's Richard's Bachelor Boy. Son, you'll be a bachelor boy. That's the way you'll stay. Yeah, he's giving me the song Bachelor Boy by Cliff Richard. So if you don't know it, listen to it. There must be a message in there. But yeah, he's just going back to the fact he doesn't want anybody crying over him anymore. He wants you all to be happy and jolly and, like I say, have that whiskey for him, my dog. Okay, he's just letting you know that he's around. He's around the little one. It is him that you're hearing on the stairs. Um, so if you hear the little one gurgling away in the middle of the night, not being unsettled, but being quite happy and just gurgling away, it'll be because she's seen him and he's there watching over her. All right, my darling. So I will leave his love with you. Thank you for working with me, and thank your uncle for working with me too. And I hope that helps you, my darling. Oh, okay. Oh, I am so sorry. I've just got really sore eyes. Mandy, as soon as your name popped up then about the internet, I don't think it's the internet you're just having problems with, is it? This one jumped right in. Give me a second. Sorry, I needed to take a drink then. You're very welcome, Nicole. I hope that helps. I'm going to put my cards down and just do mediumship because it feels like Spirit doesn't want me to use the cards at the moment. Okay, Mandy, you would understand itchy, dry eyes at the minute because honestly, I feel like my eye, like when you've been in a smoky room and your eyes water. I feel like I've got that problem with my eyes. So if this isn't with you, you would understand somebody in spirit that passed away through fire or through smoke inhalation or something of that nature because I'm getting really sore, dry, smoke-filled eyes at the moment. Hay for hay for the horses. What, that makes your eyes itch? Yeah, I remember that feeling many moons ago. But I get a sense as well that I've got somebody in spirit that's come through for you that passed away through smoking inhalation or that passed away through a fire, through an accident with fire. Let me know if you understand that, please. Yes, your eyes are very. I can feel it, mate. I can feel it. They feel itchy and dry, but they're watering at the same time. It's very strange. I said it's like the smoke. When smoke gets in your eyes, you don't know anyone. Okay, well I'll park that then. Um, would you understand a heavy smoker in spirit then? I'm not trying to make it fit, I promise. I'm wondering where this smoky feet, because I'm getting the smoke. So there's something to do with smoke. Either, yes, you understand that. Brilliant. I just feel like this person in spirit was like whenever you went to see them, they just the house would be very, very smoky and it would make your eyes play up because there was a really heavy smoker. Um, a few people who died due to smoking. Okay, let me see if I can narrow it down for you, my darling. Let me see if I can narrow it down and find out who the communicator is. Okay. I feel this is a lady because she's coming in on my right side. And I feel this would you understand mother in spirit, my darling, please? And when mum's around you, you feel the temperature drop. You feel cold, especially on the tops of your arms. Mum, yes. Thank you for that confirmation. And you feel mum around you because you feel the temperature drop, especially on the top of your right side, your right arm. It's like your whole top arm goes cold. What you're saying, she's on earth or she's around you from spirit? Just so I'm not getting confused. Because when you say she's here now, I'm thinking, is she here from spirit or is she here on earth? I feel she's in spirit, but I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know. I don't want to put somebody in spirit that doesn't need to be there. Wait for that confirmation before. Here with you, but in spirit. Okay, thank you. Oof, you had me worried there. I was like, oh my God, where's my link gone? Okay, yeah. Oh, thank you, spirit, for not making me look silly. um, yeah, she's having a good giggle about that now. She's having a good giggle. She says, say what you mean and mean what you say. Say what you mean and mean what you say, she's saying. And that would have been one of her sayings. Say what you mean and mean what you say. But yeah, I do feel this is mum with the heavy smoking as well. Um and I do feel this heavy smoking understandably, and I know again it sounds very generic and obvious, but this would have given her some serious breathing problems, and this is what would have took her over in the end. But she's not wanting to dwell on that. A lot of the spirits that are coming through tonight, they don't want to dwell on the way that they passed. They would rather come through with the love and the laughter and the cheekiness. So I swear they're having a party up there. They're getting ready for Christmas. Um, Now you would understand a gin and tonic because she's come through with the gin and tonic. She's tried to give it to me. I'm like, no, thank you. I don't do the gin. She doesn't dwell on sadness. No, I get that. I get that feeling from her. She was a very content. She was content with her lot. Going to have one now. See, she's seen the bottle. Gin and tonic. She's seen the bottle. You enjoy that, my darling. You enjoy that, my darling. She's saying, have one for her. Pour her one. But yeah, there's gin and tonic, and don't forget the lemon. All right. Um, she's saying with the issues with your eyes, you need some sort of eye drops. Um, and she's saying cover them up. So I'm assuming she wants you to get some sort of goggles because the way that the haze is playing up with your eyes, um, you're gonna end up making them sore and puffy and infected, and she doesn't want that. Again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not diagnosing, but I do know how rubbing your eyes, especially with the hay and dealing with horses, you can, the hay flies and the horse flies, and there's so many different things that can go wrong. So get yourself some riding goggles. Yeah, you need some goggles, my darling, okay? And she's really concerned about the way they're playing up. If you haven't already been to a doctor about them, go to a doctor and see if you can get some eye drops on prescription. Um, this isn't coming from spirit or psychic, but they're making me mention it for a reason. I use some eye drops called Kate Norm. You can get them on Amazon, I think. Now it's not cheap, it's about 14-15 pound for a little bottle, but they are absolutely fantastic. Because I have dry eyes through my diabetes, my eyes are always changing moisture all the time, and I've also got a non-working eye gland. So go to the doctors or go to the opticians, get your eyes checked out, make sure you've got no infections or anything, and ask to be prescribed. You can get it on prescription because it was my consultant that prescribed it me to start with. And now I just get it on repeat prescription. But like I say, you can get it from Amazon. All right. Oh, Mandy, don't be doing that with your eyes the way they are, my sweet. Okay. Um, she's come down to watch out for you and to look out for you, and she's wanting you to get your eyes checked. So make sure you do that, my darling. Okay, and ask about the Kate Norm, I think, Catanorm, CAITNORM, I think it's how it's spelled. Good evening, Liz. Hope you're well, my darling. So yeah, look out for that. It's funny you should mention driving because she's just given me the song. I don't know what kind of music your mum listened to, but she's given me the Chris Frere song Road to Hell. Is it Chris Frere that did it? I'm on the road to... I'm sure it's Chris Frere that did it. So again, yeah, you know what message that's sending you, don't you, Mandy? Just saying. She's wagging. She's wagging the finger and giving you the mummy look. Don't make me do that. Yeah, you know it. You know it. Yeah, she's telling you to put on your dancing shoes as well. So I don't know socially if you've been feeling a little bit isolated or little bit out of the loop at the moment, but she's telling you to put on your dancing shoes. So she wants you to go out and have some fun. Let me know if that makes sense. And you would understand Mum sitting like this when she was in a serious mode. Horses mud, horses mud. Horses mud? What's that got to do with dancing? Oh, gotcha. Yes, well, take a break. Again, it seems to be the theme of the night. Take a break from the normal routine and go out and have some fun. And this is for all of you, just even if it's for one night, one afternoon, for a couple of hours, just get dressed up, get your glad rags on, and go and let your hair down. And forget about the daily grind for a few hours. It won't kill you, people. No horses allowed on the dance floor. Well, I'd be worried if there were, Liz. I mean, well, I would say it'll make a change to dance with the stallion, but are there any stallions on the dance floor? Bum. I know that was rubbish, wasn't it? Yeah, swap the wellies for high heels. Swap the jodhpurs for sexy Kylie Minogue shorts. We all should go out. We should, Christine. We should. We should all go out and have fun. But no, Mandy, get your dancing shoes on, Mum's saying. All right, my darling? She's just put a taste of curry in my mouth. Chicken curry with poppadoms. And I'm not talking about like a korma or a tikka or a masala. I'm talking about proper chicken curry. Like Chinese chicken curry as opposed to Indian chicken curry. I don't know about painting the town red, Christine. People might get the wrong idea about us all, if you get what I mean. Do you like Chinese chicken curry, Mandy? Is it you? Oh, might be getting a date then. Oh, you'll have to tell us. You'll have to tell us if you do. Chicken curry and a night out dancing. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You don't eat meat. Was it Mum then that ate chicken curry? Somebody likes chicken curry because she put it in my mouth. She made me taste it. And I don't really like chicken curry, so she can take that back. Wheelchair dancing, but has anyone heard of mobility scooter dancing yet? Oh, I'm sure it could be figured out. She loved it. There you go. So Mum's just putting that on me again to just to confirm that it's her that I'm communicating with. So she's have a vegetable curry if you don't eat meat, my darling. Curry. You might be going out on a date, so let us know how that goes. All right, my darling. I will leave. So you've got the gin and tonic, you've got the Chinese chicken curry or the vegetable curry in your case, and you've got the dancing. There you go. Perfect girls' night out. She's telling you to start cooking. Oh. Well, in her reply to that is clean up your mess. Because apparently you're good at making a mess, but you're not good at clearing it up. Definitely get them eyes checked out. All right, my sweet. She's making my eyes run again as a reminder to tell you definitely get them eyes checked out and get them sorted. All right. I reckon you should, Liz. You know, do a few wheelies, a few side lifts. You know, you never know. Might start a trend. Might start a trend. All right, my lovelies. Have called me to time. They're saying I've done enough for one night. Thank you, Mandy, for working with me, and I thank you, lovely mum, for working with me too. Thank you to all the loved ones in spirit that have come down. I'm truly blessed to have worked with you, and thank you for coming through with the love, light, and laughter. I ask now that the veil be closed between the two worlds and the energy left over be sent out for healing wherever it is needed, especially to those who have no one to ask for them. May there be peace, love, and keep everybody safe until we meet again. Amen. All right, my lovely people. I will love you and leave you, and I will see you on Wednesday morning, hopefully. We have somebody on at 9 o'clock, I think. Don't quote me on that though, but we definitely do have Gemma on at 5:30 tomorrow. So join us for that. I'm pretty sure there's somebody on at 9 o'clock tonight. I think it's Derek. But you'll have to check. So I'll love you and leave you. Stay safe, stay happy, have fun, and there you go. All right, my loves. Much love. See you later. Have fun.